All right, let's talk about dimensions and kind of common conventions for dimensions and how you place them in a drawing. We're going to go over some of the rules for how you place each one. So it's the main goal of these rules is to make a drawing easy to read by the customer or whoever's reading it. So one of the first things you want to do when you place dimensions is you want to have smaller dimensions inside of the bigger overall dimensions. And I'll show you what that means. So we're going to just grab our dimension tool. We want smaller dimensions inside the bigger ones. So like that. So you want this one kind of inside this one so that you don't have lines crossing each other. I'll show you what that would look like otherwise. So if we drag this one out here, you're going to have this leader line crossing the dimension line. And we don't want to have that. That leads to confusion, and some people could misread those drawings. So we never want to have this situation where we have this line crossing the actual dimension line on there. So what we'll do is we'll place this one back there. And this one back there. So the other thing we want to avoid as well, if possible, sometimes it's not possible, is our dimension lines crossing the model. So that situation right there is not great because this line could be confused with an actual feature on the model rather than it being identified accurately as a dimension line. So if we're going to use this dimension on this view, just go ahead and move this one. Just move that one back there. And then this one like this. Okay. So now those are more clear and readable, basically. The other thing we want to avoid too, let's say there's a circle in this model right here. I'm just going to delete this. Let's say we've got a circle. Okay. This is the other thing we want to avoid right here, is a dimension, the number on the model. So that's also another, in terms of clarity and organization, we want to avoid. So we just want to, drag that off to an area that makes more sense and is more easily readable. So typically I'll also try to put my overall dimensions to the outside of a drawing. So as you can see, this one is towards the bottom. There's no more views out here. And this one is off to the left side of the view. If I was going to dimension the height on this view, I would choose to put the height on the outside of the drawing again, like over here, versus on the inside of the drawing over here. That's another common one that people try to observe. Now, all these rules, sometimes they have to be broken. Sometimes you can't really avoid dimensioning in certain places, and you do what you have to do. But those are just general guidelines for creating an organized and clear drawing. All right, so from now on, let's try and make those dimensions, follow the rules that we're going to discuss today. And in Solid Professor, they're going to go over several more guidelines and rules for how we use dimensions. We're going to do example 8. So on example 8, there'll be practice to do, create another 3D drawing, and then also really pay attention to how you're doing your dimensions. All right. Good luck. Have a good day.